Hi, everybody. It's Mrs. Delanis, and we are back for another celebrity teacher interview. So today we have joining us Mr. Matt Taylor. So welcome, Matt.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Pretty good. And a little bit cold. I wish it would warm up a little.
I know the snow is absolutely crazy. I mean, it'll be gone today, but that was wild. It snowed really hard at my house last night.
Oh yeah, we had some of the biggest flakes I have ever seen last night.
I know they were gigantic. It was beautiful, but still weird.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting that. I'm
No, I
looking
wasn't
forward to
either.
the 60s.
All right, Matt. So before we get started, I'd like you to just take a minute and introduce yourself. Tell us, what you teach, how long you've been teaching, anything else you want to share with us. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I've been teaching at Pocatello High School. I think this is my 13th year now. And so I did my student teaching there and uh, fell in love with the school and the staff and have been there ever since. So I've been teaching physical science and physics for the most part, and occasionally I'll teach biology. And I help out with the cross country team, and I'm a coach for the robotics team.
Nice. You are a very busy man. We are lucky to
Yeah.
have you. Yeah. All right. So I have 50 random silly questions that I just generated off the internet.
Okay.
So I'm going to let you choose 5 numbers between 1 and 50, and whatever question you get, you get.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's do 18.
All right. Number 18. On a scale of 1 to 10, how weird are you?
Oh man, it depends. So if I'm out in public, I usually kind of keep to myself a little bit, and people will say I'm not weird at all. If you ask my family, I let loose, and I would say probably a 9 or 10. They'll let me. Well, I'll take that back. I went to high school with a couple guys that are definitely a 10, but I would say I could probably go to an 8. So,
Nice. So give us a glimpse into home life. What do you weird? What do you do that's weird?
oh man, so I joke around all the time. I like to kind of dance and stuff, do like goofy dances with my family and stuff. I rarely ever do that in public, um, but I like to do that kind of stuff. I like to make little jokes and tease people, and just anything that's kind of goofy that could get a little giggle or laugh out of somebody, I'll do it.
That's awesome. I don't know that I've ever seen you dance. So we're gonna have to do a
Uh,
veteran teacher dance and have you show us some moves at some assembly next year.
yeah, maybe. I keep joking that I'm saving those for when my daughter's there in 2 years. So she'll be an eighth grader next year. So I'm saving them for her.
Oh, that's great. I mean, you come across as a very put together, very in control, kind of, a little bit subdued person. So it's kind of fun to think of you being quite wild and crazy.
Yeah. My family would say I'm definitely out there.
That's awesome. All right, give me another number.
Let's go 3.
Okay, are you a hunter or a gatherer?
Oh man. Um, I would say I'm probably a little bit more of a gatherer. So I kind of just like to get things together and kind of have a control. So I'm going a little bit of a philosophical approach to that. Um, and so even at home, I'd much rather probably grow a garden than go out hunting. I love the camping aspects of it, things like that. But I think just my personality, I kind of like to just kind of bring things in, have a little bit more control and a little bit more patience with it. Whereas hunting, I love to just get out and camp and stuff like that. And I just, that's more me.
Yeah, I that doesn't surprise me. I think hunting is fine for people that like to do it, but I don't think that I could shoot an animal and gut it and skin it and cut. I mean, no way. That is
Yeah.
not going to happen.
It doesn't bother me, but I'd much rather just go out and enjoy it. I like to go out and shoot guns for sure. My dad had probably one of the biggest gun collections you would ever see. And I've got a couple that I'm super proud of that don't ever want to shoot because they mean so much to me, or they
Yeah,
become valuable enough that it's like, I just want to keep them put away.
yeah. No, I like guns. I'm not opposed to guns. It's just that the notion of all that blood and it just
Yeah.
my daughter hunts and her husband hunt, my grandkids hunt, and I'm happy to go gather that meat from them and eat it, but I don't want to I don't want to go
Oh,
get it.
sure.
All right, give me another number.
Let's go 48.
All right. If you could have free unlimited service for the next 5 years from an extremely talented cook, masseuse, or chauffeur, which would you choose?
Oh man. Um, I would definitely have to narrow that down between the masseuse and the cook. I love food. I'm gonna have to go with the cook. Um, I love to eat. Anybody that knows me, I can throw down some food, and I love to try different things. So I would probably go with the cook and get the full experience there.
Oh man, that's a toss up. Yeah, I think a massage every week would be awesome. But yeah, I think I'd go with cook also. So, what's the strangest thing or the best thing you've ever eaten?
Um, so we've gone on a couple cruises, and anytime you get on a cruise ship, you get all kinds of weird, goofy things. So, I've tried octopus and things like that. So, um, I haven't quite got myself to where I can try the escargot, but
Oh yeah,
yeah,
gross.
it just looks too slimy still. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree.
I've tried some of those other things. If it looks like it's been cooked a little bit, I can usually handle trying it.
Right on. All right, give me another number.
Let's go 27.
Okay, so if you were an animal, a can of soup, or some other random object, which one would you be?
Um, I would choose an animal. So I would do that just, and if I could choose any animal, I think I would probably want to be like a big cat somewhere. Probably like something in like a jungle cat. So I think they kind of have the best of everything, where they can climb the trees, be on the ground. They're kind of the top of the food chain, and if I could be anywhere, I'd love to take a trip somewhere to like the jungle and just kind of explore through there. And if you're kind of top of the food chain and everything's not going to come and bite you, I'd be happy about that.
Yeah, yeah. If I was going to be an animal, I definitely want to be on the top of the food chain for sure.
So
Somebody, I asked that question to somebody one time, and they said that they'd like to be a little mouse, and I was like, "You were crazy. Nobody likes mice.
no,
Somebody must. She must."
no, there's
All
food
right.
in our department.
Well, plus they get to eat anything they want. They're not eating weird insects; they're eating meat. So
Yeah.
that's another bonus being the top of the food chain. They're usually carnivores.
Yes.
All right, give me another number.
um, let's go with 8.
All right, are you a dog person or a cat person?
Um, I'm kind of split on that one. I don't think I have a super big preference. So we right now have a cat, and we've trained her to be more of a dog. And so, in
How do
fact,
you
it's one of
train a
Mrs.
cat to be
Betty's
a dog?
kittens years ago. Yeah. So she follows us around. You can call her, and she comes up to you. She's a complete goofball, really, but she doesn't like to be pet very much at all, and kind of keeps to herself. So it's kind of the best of the both worlds. Like, you don't have something that's always needing a lot of attention, which is nice on the cat side. But when you want to give her attention, she loves to play. In fact, that's what she does more. Like when I'm around, she come up and just wants to play. She doesn't want to get pet. So we've got that, and then but I do love like a dog for like going and running with, and just that constant companionship. So you don't get that relationship with a cat, but with a dog, you get that. The only problem we have is that we're just rarely home to give the dog the attention that it needs. And so we're running around between dance and robotics and everything else that it's hard to have a dog and give them that attention. And so right now, I would say I have to be a cat person, but maybe one day when the kids move out, we'll get a dog. My daughter just dropped her mouth open, like, what?
I was going to say, most people are like, we got the animals for our kids. You're like, as soon as our kids are gone, animals are in.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'd like to see did your cat like fetch things?
So she doesn't fetch, but yeah, she comes over and she has like this kind of attack thing. It's kind of funny. If people come over and if you start to pet her, she doesn't think about you petting her. She's thinking you're going to play with her. And so after
Oh,
about 2 or 3 pets, then she's all into her little attack play mode. And so for us, it's play. And then for everybody else, they're thinking they're getting attacked.
That's funny. I've got two cats and all they do is they're outdoor cats. My husband's allergic, so they're not allowed in the house, but they and we live on a big acreage, but they all they do would really they like to play with you, but they just roll over. It's just that submission. You know, anybody comes to the house, they're on their back, legs up, love me, you know, they're off.
Yeah, not this one. She runs laps. People are afraid.
That's awesome. I'd like to meet your cat sometime. That's cool.
Yeah,
Okay, give me
she's a
another
good.
number.
Um, so let's go with 15.
All right. If you were a character from Star Wars, which one would you like to be?
Oh man, so Star Wars, we are huge Star Wars fans. Um, at the side story, this one. So a couple of years ago, we went to Disneyland during Halloween time, and we got the after hours tickets, and you could dress up. So our entire family dressed up as Star Wars characters, and while we were in the parking lot, we actually had people stop and want to take pictures with us and sign autographs.
Awesome.
So I think
That's
we did a good
awesome.
job there. Yeah, so
Super
I dressed
cool.
up as Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's one of my favorite characters. So that's who I would choose. And so my beard is slowly growing back to his, and
Your beard. Yeah, that's true. You need to age quite a bit there, Matt.
yeah, yeah. That's part of the
Well,
reason why I
that's
have the beard, so I look a little bit older. I always get if I shave
oh,
it off. I've had students come in to drop off notes, and they always say that I look like one of the students, and they'll look around looking for the teacher.
yeah. I can totally see that with you. I can see you getting mistaken for a student for sure.
Yeah. Although there was a time when I put on, it was when Mr. Rude was going to do one of his arrests, and I had one of those big long beards. So I put that on and had a hat on and everything. And I don't think Mrs. Betty even knows this, but she walked in one day looking for me and had a question. And I was in the back doing a group lab, and she thought I was a substitute teacher.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So Obi-Wan, he's wise. He's kind of mellow.
Yes.
Probably when he's in his home at night, he's cutting loose to, some hard rock or something. So just you.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, let's do one more question.
Okay. Um, let's go with 30.
All right, number 30. What is the last gift you gave someone?
Oh, the last gift I gave someone. So, we just had my son's birthday. So, we got him a couple things there. So, I guess the last thing that I gave him, he's getting into video games right now. So, that was the last thing that I did there. And then outside of that, I've always tried to, if there's something that someone can use, I usually just kind of give it to people. I don't think too much about it afterwards, but if there's something I can help people out with, I'm always looking for ways of doing that. And so, but otherwise, it's nothing real big.
Well, that's cool though. Because I am finding that there are people that like to give gifts and like to give things, and there are people that it just never really crosses their mind. They're like, I don't know. I don't think I've given a gift to anybody for a long time. So, you know, I love to give gifts. I love to give things also, and so I think was just interesting to me to interview some people, and they're like, I can't think of the last time I gave somebody anything, and I'm thinking we just had Christmas, but
Yeah.
you know.
That's shifting a little bit. People are starting to move away from gifts, which is kind of a nice thing too. I've liked hearing everybody talk about their experiences for presents instead of gifts. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I think once your kids reach a certain age, I think they even, can learn to really appreciate that and like those better because, especially in America, just generally we have so much. It's like, do I need more things or do I need to go have fun?
Yeah. Yeah, we could definitely downsize some of our stuff.
Well, and if you've got a dad that's just dressing as Obi-Wan and, cutting loose in the kitchen after hours, then why wouldn't you want to do that?
Exactly. That's our next trip. We're thinking of a Disney World trip and trying to hit Star Wars land up again. So
That's awesome. Well, Matt, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for joining us.
thank you. It's been fun.
It was nice getting to know you. So we will see you next time.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, everybody.